Hi folks, Gavin here from Player TV, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a very nice looking motherboard as well as high spec as well for AMD's Ryzen 7, 5 and 3 CPUs. This is the ASRock Fatal1ty X370 gaming, or should I say professional gaming motherboard. It retails in the UK for around £268, so it is one of the more higher end models on the X370 chipset. It obviously supports AM4's CPU, so that's AMD's AM4 CPUs, should I stand corrected there. And it's one of probably the higher end motherboards, that you can purchase for AMD's Ryzen, chip. It features a red and black theme throughout and also features RGB lighting as well, so it is fully customizable in terms of appearance and it does look very nice indeed. It's ASRock's current flagship X370 motherboard, so that means you're getting high spec, you should be getting high performance, and obviously for the price tag, you do want to get good value for your money, but as well get all the extra features that you're paying for. It has a full 16 power phase design, so it is designed with performance, endurance, and overclocking as well. It should definitely be fruitious on this particular board. It has 4 DIMM slots for DDR4 memory up to 64 gig in capacity. It also features, room for speeds of up to 3200 MHz plus via overclocking. It's got 2 PCI Gen 3 x16 slots, which supports SLI and Crossfire. It also features a x16 Generation 2 slot. Now, the 2 slots at the top end are powered by the CPU, so obviously the bandwidth is shared between those, whereas the bottom, which doesn't feature the steel armor like the top 2 do, it obviously is powered by the onboard controller of the motherboard. It features the ALC Realtek 1220 audio codec controller as well, and obviously it is part of Jonathan Fatal1ty's branded motherboard. Depending if you're a big fan or not, it does have Creative Sound Blaster support. The rear I/O features 2 antenna ports for built-in Wi-Fi, a PS2 port for mouse and keyboard, 1 USB 3.1 Type A port, 1 USB 3.1 Type C port, 6 USB 3 ports, 2 RJ45 LAN ports with LEDs, 1 clear CMOS switch, HD audio jacks for the onboard sound, and 1 optical SPDIF output. So it has got quite a lot of ports, although I would probably have expected a little more for a board costing upwards of £250. There is also tons of software featured with this particular motherboard, the professional gaming from ASRock on the X370 chipset. It features ASRock's F-Stream, ASRock's RGB LED, you can customize the LEDs as I've mentioned, ASRock's App Charger, and ASRock's Keymaster, as well as many more. So, now we've seen the board and what it's got, let's take a look at the performance. First, here's the test setup for you to take a look at. Obviously, the specifications of the system are listed, and this is the same specification set apart from motherboards that we test X370 AMD boards on. But yeah, let's see how it performs and let's see if it matches our expectations. So, the ASRock Fatal1ty X370 Professional Gaming motherboard from, ASRock is a good option in relative terms, in terms of features, what you get on offer with the board, as well as the performance. Now, touching more so on the performance, I'm not entirely satisfied with the performance of the professional gaming model. It does get beaten by, the other 2 models, the K4 and the Killer SLI from ASRock in some of the benchmarks, but, the scoring and the performance of it is pretty subjective. Some days you can get good scores, some days you can get bad scores, and BIOS is will mature. Obviously, Ryzen has had its fair share of ups and downs since launch, with problems, arising, which is normal for a new adoption of an architecture, especially as Ryzen is a completely new refresh. Well, it's not a refresh as such, it's a completely fresh. It's been built from the ground up, and it's nice to see that because it's given Intel some food for thought, going forwards for the next year or so. And I hope AMD can continue the emergence that they've brought on the scene. Now, obviously, focusing back to the professional gaming board, in terms of design, it looks pretty good. If you're looking for a red and black themed motherboard, then this is on par in terms of looks and aesthetics with, the ROG Crosshair 6 Hero. The only thing that I will say that is probably going to cause a little controversy is I don't really see the point in putting RGB lighting on a board that features, predominantly red heatsinks. It just sort of detracts, and that red is always going to remain. So whatever colour you choose on the RGBs, you're always going to have the red and black and whatever colour the RGB lights are. It'd be nice if it was, an all black design, or even if it had white heatsinks, because white's a more malleable colour in terms of lighting. You can shine off a white heatsink and you'll at least get a little colour differentiation as opposed to just predominantly red. Now, in terms of, overall features, I pretty like this board. I don't know why I'm saying pretty all the time. This board is a very nice board. It does perform well. Now, for the price of, 268 quid in the UK and around $250 in the US, you do get one hell of a board. And if you are, looking to upgrade your old system to a Ryzen from AMD rig, you want a top quality board, then this is one that you should definitely be taking a look at. But as I've said, I'm not completely sold on the performance, but things may change, in the coming months as AMD and, developers optimize the chipset and, the CPUs themselves. And don't forget, Ryzen 5 and 3 and 7 offer great value for money as opposed to Intel's current options. And it's nice to see ASRock have, developed and made some decent boards, because I'm a huge fan of ASRock. Don't let you think otherwise, really. But yeah, in terms of value, it's a little too expensive, in my opinion, for what it is. It could be priced a little bit lower. Around the £230 mark would definitely be a good price for this board. So who knows? Maybe they'll take my advice. Who knows? But anyway, so in terms of scoring, I'm definitely going to give this board our silver award. Now, you might think, why is it not gold? Well, I just don't think it performs as well as it should for the price. RGB LED lighting with a complete colour set of heatsinks such as red, blue, or any colour is going to be a little bit restrictive in design. So you are going to be pretty... Well, it depends if you're a big fan of RGB anyway. But red and black, as far as red and black designs go, this is definitely one of the nicest looking Ryzen boards on the market for AM4's socket AM4 and AMD's Ryzen, chipset. So in terms of, would I buy this board? If I was looking for a red and black theme motherboard, then yeah, this board would be definitely up there on my list, because I always go for the high-end board. It's got support for Crossfire and SLI. It's got 3 PCIe times 16 slots. It's got plenty of options in terms of M.2. You've got one Ultra M.2 port and you've got one regular M.2 port for SATA. You've got loads of ports, 10 SATA 3 ports. You've got, plenty of, software available. You've got Creative's Cinema 3 Sound Blaster, which performs pretty well. It does give a nice variation on the onboard sound. But yeah, so I've been Gavin from Player TV. This has been the ASRock Fatal1ty X370 Professional Gaming motherboard. I'd like to thank ASRock for sending this in for review. I'd also like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, you want to see more like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out and we really appreciate it. Let us know in the comments below, would you buy this board? Is RGB LED lighting with, like some red or blue heat sinks a bit silly? Let us know in the comments below if you think I might maybe been too hard on this board. All feedback, I try and reply to all comments, so please fire them in. But yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and ciao for now.